Season 2, episode 10, The Teacher's Lounge, season finale. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That way. Do you do teacher work at home? This is the topic of discussion today. Now, outside of COVID, this is it's a given, I would say. But I'm gonna take a different route. Me doing teacher work at home is quite selective. If my teammates haven't realized by now, yeah, I'll do some things at home. Depends on who sends it and what they want me to do.
Yo.
Straight up that way.
Straight up.
If you asking me to submit some grades and it's 7 p.m. and I'm not finished, your 7 p.m. has just turned into 7 a.m. the next day. Cause I'm not opening up the rest of that email. I can see a little in that text box that tell me what you want. Swipe up, get it off my screen, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Cause I ain't doing it. We just might get fired. Season 2, episode 10, for real. But now if you email me and say, something as simple as, hey, can you forward me that email from so and so, or hey, can you do something that I can get done in about 10 minutes? Oh, without a doubt, I'm on it. I can hop on and knock it out. Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, please don't bother me at home again. See you tomorrow. I think boundaries are important. We kind of talked about that in another episode, but for the most part, yeah, I do teacher work at home. I disagree with what McMillan said, talking about we always teachers 24/7. My paycheck don't look like I get paid 24/7. Look like I be volunteering half the time. So I have to be selective in what I do at home, simply because it's enough time in the day, to be honest. In our pre-show, we talked about this one time about we have far too much to do anyway, and I don't think it has to be that way. So we kind of got rebellious a little bit with our administration at one point about just not doing anything. You want to give us too much to do? How about we do nothing and show you what doing nothing look like? Because that's how that came at us a little bit like, oh, man, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't getting anything done. Okay, bet. Now we're going to show you what getting nothing done looks like. So that didn't go well because I don't like to fight the administration. Like, I don't like to butt heads with administrations. But when administration act like butt heads, we don't butt heads. So simple as that. But doing work at home, I think that needs to go into the next teachers union. No, like, how they got the NFL, PA Association.
Don't bring up the NFL. They're too weak. We want to be the Baseball Players Association. That's what we want to be.
Oh my God, that's a complete debacle right now.
That's the union. Were baseball coming back?
Just 60 games? Did they agree on 60 games? I was just looking at
60-ish, 60, 64.
I was just looking at the
at 5. They say
I was just looking at the notification from the CBS app. Shout out to them, But I was just looking at it in the app. It's like they still haven't came to an agreement because the owners, they don't want to pay the players, for their contract, prorated contract amounts, and the players are looking like, I want to play more than 60 games because I want more of my money. So, that's another story. But all right, Brown, what you got? Do you do this teacher work at home or do you leave it at school?
I do too much at home, man. I got to the point where I couldn't sleep. My anxiety was keeping me up. It wasn't even like due dates. I don't care. Like, I'm sure my admin watching like, this Negro ain't turned nothing in on time. I wouldn't, because I'm telling them, you telling me you want something to do at 4:30. Class ends at 4:20. We just had a meeting on it at noon. But the problem was when I finished my meeting with you at noon, I had kids in my class and in my face until 4:20. And I walk my kids out. I don't have to, but I'm a male, a protector, and it just seems like when I'm not in the hallway, something stupid always happens. So I text my partner up the hall. He's at the top of the hall. I'm at the bottom of the hall. Hey, Lee, we walking them out. He sends back. We are. That's what we do. So you saying you want something from me at 4:30, I tell them off the rip. When you send something to me with a 4:30 due date, that means you don't want That means you putting it up there to make it sound good so your ED or whoever your boss is, so you can say, look, I told him to turn it in. Because in all honesty, good management gives real deadlines. Give me something attainable. You can't give me something on Wednesday or Tuesday and it takes time to do, and you're like, I need this Thursday. And then I love these teachers can do it. Cool. I'm in my second year, and you just named 2 people who've been teaching longer than 10 years.
Therein lies the problem.
2 people, and they're like, I ain't even do the whole thing. I did the first half because I know they ain't gonna read page 5. And I'm not built like that. I'm not you something just because you want it just to get out my back.
Wait. Brown
I'm 1,000.
Brown is dropping down right now. Like, I mean, just for real. I had to stop you because I just dropping down. This is
some people are not built like that.
I'm not.
That have
ascended to
a word. I'm about to cuss.
I'm not gonna do it. Now, when you get it, it's gonna be bomb. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be 1,000. You know, I'm the one. You know, you can't see it because I got the virtual. I got the trophy for you. Know what I'm saying? When I turn something in, very rarely do I get a email or a text from one of the assistants at the school. Hey, Mr. Brown, your attendance was. Hey, Mr. Brown, your grades. There was an issue with your grades. The only time we have issues is when I get bad information. Then I get something from that assistant, and I say, well, CC this email. Per this email I got, I didn't have to adjust those grades. Or I was told that I could leave that way. If I need to change it per district regulation, please send me the district regulation. And my assistant, the assistants at my former school, they know me. So they know I'm not like doing it to be a D about it. They like, Mr. Brown is one of the people, like, we got to let him know. Because in all honesty, I'm not going to ask you for it next time. When you send it to me this one time, that's it. And so the next time someone tells me something, I can send them per district regulation, this is what I need to do. So this is what's going to happen. And if you want this to change, you go talk to Hinojosa. I ain't doing it. It ain't for me.
Go talk to who? Who is that guy?
Hinojosa.
I don't.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah. You know, I ain't never seen him.
He came to my campus one time, you know. He came through. He walked through the halls. He looked in my classroom. Actually, you know the little glass window, the little rectangle that's on the door?
Mm-hmm.
He peeped through there. Shout out to him for that.
Man, Brown.
When was the last time he taught? When was the last time he was in the classroom?
Did he ever teach?
I ain't about to talk about that.
That way.
Brown, that was it.
I be looking like you ain't built for this. Why you here? Tell him straight up.
That was it though.
Don't come holler at me. I'm sorry. What did you say, Matt?
Some people ain't built like that. I done heard teachers do that before too. Oh, I'm gonna just put this in here so they can click on it and then it's done. But don't nothing be done, and I can't do that. I cannot do it, and that's probably why it takes me so long to do my stuff, and it don't be done on time. But I be wanting to do it the correct way, and that correct way takes time, especially when you're a second-year teacher. All right, especially when you say that somebody was supposed to be doing something, and then y'all change it, you know, after 2-6 weeks, like that. That's like a whole different mind frame, and I'm not able to adjust that quickly to it. I can adjust. I will adjust, and it will get better. But that's a tough part about it, man. Do I do teacher work at home? I keep on relating back to my first year because I only got 2 years of doing this, and they feel like I feel like they expect you to be an expert your first year. That's the type of pressure that they put on. That's the type of evaluation they give. And you don't tell me something. You don't tell me something, and then the evaluation talk. I think paper speak louder than your words. All right. So you expect something from me that cannot happen. So yeah, my first year I took a whole bunch of teacher work home. I was stressing myself out over the amount of teacher work that I took home. And the second year I got better about it. And I still do some teacher work at home, but it'd be on Sunday. Like I need a day. I need 2 days. I need some days. I need some days, man. And it feel like it's too much work to be done when you got a whole day already planned. and you coach. It be seeming like it's too much. It be seeming like it's too much. So something got to give. I will get better. I'm going into my third year. I get better like year. I'm pretty sure I can be better next year, and I'll be better the next year. And one of these years, I'm gonna perfect it. It's gonna be perfected. All right, and when you got to make a few tweaks, but I ain't there yet, man. But it's coming though. It's coming. Like winter in Game of Thrones. It's coming. Just not yet though.
Right on. Funny thing about that is with these deadlines and responsibilities given to us, the thing that they don't want to do is have to submit it back to us for us to redo. Yet it's given to us at the spur of the moment at times, you know. And my thing is I hate to be late. Okay, I'm a punctual person, and I hate turning in crap. But if you leave me no choice, you leave me no choice. I feel like there is enough time in the day while I'm at work on campus to get things done. The training, one thing that I did at the campus I just left was I had a real conversation with the principal. We had a staff development meeting, and they showed us a presentation, and then that was when we were broken up into our content in English. When we went back to the whole campus together in the cafeteria, they showed us the same presentation. So everybody in ELAR had seen it, but math department had not seen it, social studies, science, no one else had seen it. But we were all sitting there looking at each other like, man, this is a waste of time. And what we were all wondering was, why are we having to sit through this again? And so I went to the principal and I said, hey, with all due respect, that last PD was a waste of time. I said, can we take a survey and ask teachers what kind of training they need to help them get better, instead of y'all choosing what to give us and we not engaged, we not enjoying, and we not participating. We just waiting for you to tell us we can go. You know, so why not ask us what it is we need so that we guaranteed to be paying attention, because we're getting something out of it. So she said, okay. She said, I'm gonna let you head that. And so I created a Google form, and I threw those things in there asking, you know, what is it that you need? And the answers were great. Teachers specifically could say what it is that they needed. Yeah, they got canceled. We didn't get to do it. The next PD was the same as the other one, raggedy. And I just was like, you know what? Why even bother? You know, so I'm really at a point where I want to learn, you know, but you can't feed me a pile of poop and tell me it's chicken. You know, so I would like training that is not just about how to make a lesson plan, how to execute a lesson plan, but let's have training on dealing with discipline in the classroom. Let's have training that helps us with time scheduling when it comes to a teacher who has so much paperwork to fill out, when you have grades to put in. I wish we could get more realistic training so that we could be more efficient, more effective with our time, so that we can get happier teachers who don't have to take work home, who can just do work at work. You know, and I feel like this is well within the means. I feel like this is doable. And once again, I feel like with COVID sending us all to the house, to the crib, that we hop on a Zoom call and we start to figure this stuff out, instead of continuously going on with this, oh, that's just how it is as a teacher. Because my question that I'm also going to ask, I'm going to put it out there. We just might get fired. We already not getting our raises this year. So what, you going to do that to us again next school year too? And what happened to that $5,000 raise that all teachers were supposed to get outside of TEI? Where'd that money go?
The district took $3,000 of it, and then they put the other $2,000 and wrapped it up in TEI. That's where it went.
I asked the admin, I was like, how do you expect me to do all of this? And he told me it's impossible. He told me it's impossible. He says, you're not supposed to be able to do all of this. bro. And when I heard that, I'm like, bro, why does this happen? Is this? I don't think it happened like that when I was at other places. When I wasn't a teacher. No, they gave you realistic expectation, and they gave you realistic things for you to accomplish. But it's like as a teacher, they pile it on, and then they act like we supposed to be able to do all of this when it's really not even possible, not even feasible. That's my thing.
I don't think it's necessary for us to take work home. You know, I said it before, but I also think about this. You know, when you look at jobs and you look at the time frame, am I scratching? No, okay. When you look at jobs and you look at the work that they do, not many are expected to take things home. Such,
No,
you know, like why is it that we have accepted this? Oh, I'll do it at home. Crap. Why does your family not deserve 100% of your attention when you give somebody's kid who's not yours 100% of your attention every day? That's kind of what really pushed me in that direction of, do you do teacher work at home? No. One of the tag teachers at my last campus, shout out to her. She had this thing at 4 p.m. You call her phone, it goes straight to voicemail. Like without, bro, it's going to three. If you call at 3:59, you could catch it. But at 4 o'clock, her phone goes auto voicemail, and she will not answer nothing at all. And I was like, man, why she don't never answer the phone? And so I think it was maybe the next day or so, next week maybe, I don't know. And she asked me, "Do you take this work home?" It was my first year when she asked me. So I was like, "Yes, ma'am." You know, she was like, "Do you get it done?" I was like, "No, I don't." Bro, I take a crate home on Friday and I walk back in with that same crate undone Monday morning. I'll be
I
like,
done
all right,
did
I'm gonna
this.
get up. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna get up Saturday morning at 10 and get it done. I ain't waking up till 12. And I ain't looking at that crate when I wake up. I'm looking at a little dude. I'm hungry, daddy. And it's like, man, forget that crate. Then Sunday come, you know, got church that morning. After church, I'm looking like, all right, I'll get to it. But is it just me, or is it from 1 o'clock after church to 6 p.m. go by in a blink every Sunday?
Bro, you're not lying. You're not by yourself.
From 1 o'clock when I walk out the doors at church, I can blink and the sun getting ready to go down. And I'm like, well, I guess I ain't doing that crate this weekend either.
You ain't lying. That's what it feel like all the time. I take that thing home. I'm about to grade all these papers. No, sir. No, sir. It never gets done. I got to do it in my off period when thank God, we don't got nothing extra to do. Thank God.
You get an off period? What's that? What is an off period?
I get an off period.
Planning period.
What is an
I get a
off
planning
period?
period. I get a planning period.
Most of mine is parent meeting period. I'm like, can
What?
y'all have them come at a different time? Because
You said a panning? What's a panning period?
A planning period.
I don't know what these are. You guys are speaking another language. I have no idea what these mean. I don't even get a lunch. I get a look. I look at my food in the microwave. I don't get to eat it. I just get to look.
Hey, man, say.
That's the one thing in high school. Them kids be ready for lunch. I'm talking about be ready to run about your door. And sometimes the ones who don't go to class no way will hit you with a text and be like, "Mr. Brown, you want me to bring you something to eat?" Yes. Yes, I do today.
You know, speaking of that, that's funny because middle school, they be ready for lunch too. But what I didn't realize what was happening at my school, we just might get fired. I'm going to be straight with y'all. So it was this table that sat like right by the entrance of the cafeteria. And so what a group of teachers would do, hey, you going to eat your lunch? No. Hey, go get it for me and bring it over here.
Yes, sir.
It blew my mind. And I was to the point where I was like, this is brilliant. But at the same time, I hate eating lunch in the cafeteria with kids unless I'm sitting at the table eating lunch with them that day. Other than that, I'm not eating in the cafeteria. I gotta have a moment to kind of get away. Because we gotta walk our kids to lunch, which takes about 3 to 5 minutes, because if you drop your kids off early, they make you stand there and wait. Like if lunch started at 12, if you get there at 11:55, they make you wait those 5 minutes. So
we don't never get there on time because I be making them be quiet before we leave.
Oh yeah, we don't have to go back and sit down a million times. But
yes, sir.
We get there at 12. They finally get in the cafeteria. It's like 12:03. I get upstairs to the teacher's lounge. Excuse me, on my floor. It's 12:05. I'm never first in line, so I get to heat my food up at 12:10. I heat my food up till 12:12. I sit down. I eat. By the time I sit down and eat, 12:12 is happening when I sit down. Before I know it, it's about 12:20. Well, I got time to use the restroom and head back downstairs. Because if you get downstairs late, it was like kids, bro. They were taking our names. I'm not kidding, bro. It was like kids taking our names to who weren't on time. And so the funny thing about that was one of the teachers said, admin who ran lunch, they complained about dealing with our kids for lunch for 90 minutes. We deal with them all day.
How long is lunch?
3 lunches is 90 minutes. 30 per lunch. So 3 lunches, 90 minutes. That's just one class for us. And so one of the teachers, when they said that, I was like, yeah, that we just might get fired on that. You better chill. But that's really what it was. We would, the admin would have to deal with our kids for those 90 minutes. And oh boy, that cafeteria would get packed.
They got all of them though.
All of them at once. Oh well, you get a bigger check. Eat it.
It's even.
You ain't got to teach nothing. Ain't no curriculum to lunch. Be you good
at all.
That's it. Like just don't fight. I ain't bad.
And let them go outside, man. Middle school kids still need to go outside, bro.
They do need to do that.
Bro, you know how many times them kids come back in the classroom bouncing off the walls because they couldn't go outside? Then I walk down to the cafeteria, you look at the wall, you got a green, a red, and a yellow. A green day means they can talk they can have their cell phones out, they can talk to each other, stuff like that. It's completely free day. Yellow means you can talk, but you can't change tables. You got to kind of stay where your class is. Red day means no phones, no talking, none of that.
No talking at lunch?
At lunch, bro.
Come on now, that shouldn't even be.
And they come back to class. Bro. I want to get the numbers. You the numbers, man.
Yes.
I want you to. I wish we could find out how many referrals got written on red days compared to green days. Got to get the data. That's all they want anyway, right? Let's get some data.
Let's get some data.
Let's get some data.
But we don't got that. We don't got red days and yellow days and green days and blue days and blue days. We don't got all that. But I would love to see that data though. That data is important now.
The data was there. It was evident for us one day. We had a day with no admin. They all had meetings, so they were off campus that day. Swear to God, I kid you not. We had a teacher meeting with our pods after school that day. Both 7th grade, because it's 2 7th grade, 2 7th grade pods. We were all in one classroom, and I didn't realize that admin wasn't there today. And I said, "Hey, no admin was here." They were like, "No." I said, "Hey, did y'all write any referrals today?" They were like, "No." Did you? No. I said, wow. So the counselors ran lunch that day, and guess what the kids got at lunch?
Peace.
They got a chance to go outside. He said pizza. Nah, they got a chance to go outside.
They said pizza.
They went outside, and we did not write not one referral in 2 7th grade pods, bro. That's data.
I listened to somebody, and they said, like, the school is messed up. They said you have kids inside the classroom in the building for 8 hours when the sun outside. Bro, that stuck with me. That stuck with me. The sun is outside, bro. It's like, you know how good the sun feel on your skin? Especially our skin.
Look,
No,
on my
it just
skin,
makes
I
you
don't know
feel
about that.
just because we absorb the sun. We absorb the sun.
I've
All right.
absorbed a lot of sun.
So I'm just saying they in school. They in school 8 hours of the day inside the building. They not outside. It's just a different feel when that sun hits your skin. All right, and that just stuck with me. I'm like, maybe we need to, maybe we do need to rethink this school thing.
See, I was looking at this this article 2 years ago now, I think. And don't quote me, but you might can still Google it. Finland kids have multiple recesses throughout the day. Those kids are smarter than some of any other countries in the world.
Let's
you take that quotation off. They are.
Intelligence you can measure. Smart is subjective. So let's say intelligence.
We'll go with intelligent then. But they have it set up where they take multiple recesses. And I recorded it this year. It's on my phone. I recorded it. I had a class in my room, and it was after the first hour. You know, we on that ridiculous 90-minute block, double block. It's teacher torture. If you don't know what it is, it's teacher torture. That's what it's called.
I love it.
And so it was after the first hour, and one of my kids was sitting in his desk. His foot was just tapping. Y'all seen the show The Flash, where the black Flash start do this and he do it through your chest and he kill you? Little dude foot was just tapping. I said, hey, stand up. What I do? You ain't do nothing. Stand up. He needed to stand up and lean over on the desk to get his work done. He couldn't. He was so antsy, so jittery. He couldn't sit down. And I just was like, y'all need recess, man. They gotta go outside, man. Like, stop taking things like that from kids. Like, we gotta figure something out, man.
When they start recess? What grade?
I want to say 5th grade, because in middle school is now 6th grade. So I think 5th grade is when they stop it.
Why they do that? Why 5th grade? I guess you think they grown in 6th grade or something?
I don't know, man. That's a good question, though. That's a real good question.
Why they take the playground away from the school? I remember in elementary I had a playground at the school. Middle school, we just had a building. All right, why they take the playground away?
See, middle school, I went to EB Comstock. Shout out to Pleasant Grove. We had a courtyard that was shaped like a square. Am I chopping? I keep hearing this feedback.
We got a courtyard that don't get used.
It just got pretty green grass out there. Yeah. We had a courtyard at Comstock. There was no playground, but they would let us just go out into the courtyard after we ate. And we just post up out there, talk to our buddies who were in other classes that had the same lunch. And the funny thing was, too, the courtyard had an entrance from both sides. So if you got a kid who was an office helper and they know it's lunch, they would cut through the courtyard to see all their partners on their way to the other class, too. So it was kind of cool. But it was the fact that we had a moment to get outside during the day.
With this work being online, I'm taking the kids outside with the laptops. It's a wrap.
Easy, right? Easy. That's gonna be one
until they get cold. That's what I'm doing. If I have to be in there, and they want me in a room with 20 plus keys, 20, 30 keys.
We're going outside.
We're going outside. The Wi-Fi works.
That's brilliant outside, because I'm not as worried about COVID outside because the wind and it's space.
I can space you out.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a brilliant idea. But it sounds like, shout out to Miss Vera Redmond. She retired from the district, best chemistry teacher in the world. She said the reason why that's not gonna happen is because it sounds too much like right. So since y'all sound too much like right, that's what's not gonna happen.
No, I did it one day.
Remember, I'm the teacher that got in trouble for taking my kids to the library, and I teach English.
Bro, I told your story to my granny. When I tell you, my granny taught 45 years. Like, she retired and came back. She got cussing. I ain't heard that woman cuss a long time. She was an English teacher. She was like, What the blankety blank do you mean he can't take his blankety blank keys to the blankety blanket library? Where the blankety blanket books at?
Bro, the biggest
Man, who the
resource
blankety
on
blanket
campus.
George? I'm like,
Bro, the biggest resource on campus, bro. I feel like I couldn't be as good of a teacher as I wanted to be because I wasn't able to max out my resources. I felt like a dog with a chain on, bro. I felt
Outside is
shackled
a
down.
resource.
like,
Bro,
have
the
you
best
ever,
learning in the world is outside.
if you ever just look and just stand in the library and look at how much money is in there, and you tell me I can't come in here? Whoever pays wants this to be used. And it's literally thousands of dollars of things in here that could make me a better teacher, these kids better students, and this school a better place. And you're telling me I can't take it.
Uh-oh, he chopping up. Hold on.
To a room literally dissolved. It's my bad. It's some math stuff. It's some science stuff in it, but for history and English, the library is gold. It's great. Like, I'd love to give a history book report. Go find a historically accurate book. And what pair it with my English teacher, and be like, hey, bro, you take care of the reading part, I'll take care of the historical part. Good. Bet. 1 to 2 powers activate. 1 project, 2 classes.
The project-based learning, huh?
Oh,
I'm PBL every day. What you mean?
Ain't that what they want us to do?
Yeah.
We're going to end on that note. We got to get out of here. Once again, I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Season 2 is in the books. This is season finale. Episode
Another black
10,
home shirt.
The Teacher's Lounge. We just might get fired, but we did not get fired today. We appreciate all of the love in the comments and the new subscribers. Thank you for that. Got my man Brown, Mr. McMillan. We will see y'all next class period.